host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go. Plus, you can find us on social media. Just look up Kern Radio on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And we're also streaming live on YouTube. If you head over there right now and just search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can watch us from the Kern Radio studios. Our studios are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638 is Adaptive Networks. And welcome to the JR Show. We have a great one for you lined up. I promise we do. We'll speak with City Councilman Zack Bashirtash, a outspoken city councilman, the best one, in my opinion, up there out of the 7. He put an end to this sanctuary city talk, and I say thank you to him for that, because it was all nonsense to begin with. I think that was pretty much his take on it as well, and I'll liken it to the bike lanes and the priority of the city to make it safer streets and all that nonsense. And I think Zack said it back in early July. Why are we talking about, and I'm paraphrasing, and I'll let the councilman speak for himself when we talk to him at 1:30, but why are we talking about these things? Why are we, like, there is so many other priorities that the city should have. That the biggest thing we're worried about is bike lanes and sanctuary city document that means nothing ultimately. Like, that's what we're talking about. If that's the case, we're in trouble. If that's what the priorities are of our city council and our leadership and the elected officials, we got problems. And I think that's very apparent just in the current state of our city right now. And I don't mean just financially. I mean, infrastructure-wise, there are so many things that we should be worried about, other than whether or not we need to do more studies on if our roads are safe enough, and bike lane this, sanctuary city piece of paper that doesn't know. So many other things to worry about. So we'll talk with City Councilman Zack Bashirtash, his nickname on the show, Badass Bashirtash, because that's what he is. He don't put up with the nonsense, and that's what we like. So we'll talk with him, and then we'll also read an email from a listener that sent me some comments about something that we talked about yesterday and our guest. And then we'll also break down a couple of other stories. The BPD is searching for a 13-year-old bike rider. The lotto, I forgot. I was at a gas station last night downtown. I won't say which one, because it's a pretty good gas station. The owner's pretty cool, but they don't sell lotto there. And I went to put gas, and it was 5 till 7, and I was like, you don't sell lotto tickets. And then what happens? What happens?
Someone hit last night?
Somebody wins.
Shut up.
Not here in California. Certainly not here in Bakersfield, but somebody hit the $1 billion lottery. So it just,
good for you.
Yeah, good for them. It just makes me ask, though, what would be your first purchase? I know jokingly yesterday I was like, I'm buying the Crystal Palace. I wasn't going to really.
Oh, no, actually, joking aside, I would buy the Crystal Palace.
But that wouldn't be your first purchase. Would you move in? Would that just be your
Heck
house?
Yeah, are you kidding?
Your house. I don't think it's zoned for residential, Chris.
We can figure that out. I got $1 billion.
Although I don't doubt that Buck had some kind of like bedroom upstairs.
You could totally flip that thing into the craziest party house / club in Bakersfield, yo.
I'm just saying, it could be the next Real World house.
Could.
Something. I'm just
pair up with Johnny Knoxville. It could be the Jackass house.
Well, what is he doing now? Fear Factor?
Oh,
They have
is he
like
Fear
a
Factor now?
yeah, he's a Fear
I haven't
Factor.
watched Fear Factor since Joe Rogan was the host.
I don't know what it moved to, what streaming service or whatever it's on now, but I believe Johnny Knoxville was the host last season of it.
Wasn't he the host of like a prank show for a while too?
Probably.
They actually, I am very surprised how popular he has gotten.
Well, he can barely walk too. So
This is true.
there's that. The guy beat himself up just to get famous. But what would be your first purchase if you won the $1 billion lottery? I'll throw it out there. I'll let you think about it a little bit, Chris. I'll share with you guys later what mine would be.
Oh,
But
I
I
already
want
got mine.
you already Chris is like, I didn't even think about it. But if you guys want to chime in and answer that question, what would be your first purchase if you had won that $1 billion last night? 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can call in or you can just text. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube as well. Yeah, I was disappointed. I was like, man, I got 5 minutes. You didn't even sell a lot of tickets, so I didn't get to play. I'm very disappointed. And then we'll also, did I say we'll talk sports?
I'm not sure.
The NFL preseason. I know that the Hall of Fame game was officially last Thursday, but that was the only game in what they call week 1 of the NFL preseason. Now we're in week 2 where all the rest of the teams get to play.
You should really just call it week 0 and week 1.
I mean, just why are we just call it preseason? Why is it just 3 games, 1 game, 2 game, game 2, game 3?
Football that we don't care about that much.
I mean, I think everybody just about plays tonight. There may be playing some games over the weekend, but there's a lot of games tonight. I didn't remember the schedule, but I briefly looked at it. I know the Raiders are in action. We'll tell you how you can catch their action all season long later in the show. We'll break it down for the schedule later in the show. The Raiders and my prediction of how they're going to do the show. I'll give you a real breakdown. I'm not going to go crazy and let you think that they're going to go to the playoffs or something. No, we don't have a chance. So we'll talk about that and more on the Lakers sell, the $12.5 billion agreement between who currently owns the Lakers? What's that guy's name? Wiseman.
So Mark
Walter
is the owner currently until the sale gets finalized.
And then he's selling it to Bob Iger, the Disney buff.
Yeah, and Josh
Kushner. And apparently everything, sports have kind of become political more and more now, but even the sale of a sports team, apparently, Chris, has become political.
See, I knew it was going to go this way.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, you throw in the Kushner name, and now it's automatically tied to Donald Trump, and why this all is really happening, and just get out your tinfoil hats.
Hey, man,
or maybe
I thought me saying my part of the tinfoil hat was bad, but no,
it goes further. So we'll talk more about that when we get to sports, because everything has become political. Day 2 went smooth for school, though. All the parents out there, I hope you guys survived. I don't know if it was the same for you, but day 2 seemed a lot smoother than day 1. Day 1, and we talked to Sierra Brown yesterday, the licensed marriage and family therapist, about just anxieties and everything like that. And day 1 can do that, right? I mean, oh my gosh, it's my first day in class. I mean, I know this teacher, and I've been at this school for 4 years, and I know everybody practically in my class. And it's just, I think the anxiety of not knowing. And so once you get past that first day, all the rest is a breeze. So day 2 was a much smoother drop off. I didn't even get down. How many parents are down? Didn't get down today? You guys just roll up to the gate and, all right, kid, have a good one. Love you. See you later. Heck, for those older kids, I don't know if Steven went through this, because his kid's a senior in high school now. And I think our GM Katie's got a high schooler now. And they post a video. Steven did post a video. I wonder if it's the same thing. Her daughter just jumped out the car. Like, I don't even think Katie came to a complete stop at the school sidewalk, and her daughter was like jumping out the vehicle. Like, I'm out of here, Mom. Yeah, you don't need to get any closer to the school. It's fine. I can walk from here. So all you parents that still get to walk your kids in, or Your kids aren't embarrassed about you dropping them off. Enjoy that, because it'll come to an end one day. Eventually, they'll be embarrassed of you. They'll come back around in their late 20s, but there's those awkward years in between teenagers and early 20s where they just don't want anything to do with you. They think you don't know anything, and they're the smartest things on the planet. So day 2 was a lot smoother. Let's go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we'll talk about the investigation into the Tehachapi Unified Administrator, more details about what she knew and failed to report to police, the people that she should have reported it to. Now, there's things in here where she was apparently, it was reported to her and she said she looked into it and there's no paperwork. So we'll discuss what is the role of a mandatory reporter, but more importantly, what should the punishment be? Because it seems like nobody cares about the victims. Obviously, the perpetrator, the person causing the harm, doesn't care about the victim. The administration, obviously not doing their job, didn't care about the victim or victims or potential victims. But sometimes I wonder if even the system and prosecution cares about the victims as they claim to. Because everybody gets a light sentence, and you know who has to deal with it for the rest of their lives? Yeah, the victims. I'll tell you some of those details. Well, and we also found out there's another case pending for a mandatory reporter. Tougher punishments. If you guys want to chime in, feel free to do so. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on Newstalk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
It won't be long time.
Welcome back. It's JR Show. It's Kern Radio. More details on the arrest of the Tehachapi Unified School District Administrator, Dr. Roxanne Romero. This, according to court documents that have been filed, the detail interviews with students for which no record was made, no paperwork of investigations, and little action taken to stop a PE teacher from allegedly molesting multiple students. The reports included other staff members, quote, grabbing a student by the neck and shoulders, leaving red marks, additional rough handling causing red marks and crying, and inappropriate touching of a 4-year-old female student. Tehachapi police say Dr. Romero acknowledged she received the reports but failed to conduct any investigation or notify Child Protective Services or police as required by law. The school district is being sued by Rodriguez and Associates because of the actions by The PE teacher, Timothy Seaman, who allegedly molested multiple female students. Reports of his inappropriate behavior came to Romero's attention just 2 months after Seaman was hired in the district. Looking back at Seaman's charging documents, detectives got a hold of his personnel file, which mentions Romero's involvement. Dr. Romero had conversations with Seaman about his behavior stemming back all the way to September of 2023, when he was accused of picking up and hugging a female student. Romero recommended Seaman to limit his interactions with the student and implement fist bumps and maybe high fives. The next two reports come in March and May of 2024, where the results of the administrative investigation were unsubstantiated. Then another horrific report was made to Romero that while on a camping trip, Seaman spent a long time with the student in a bathroom. When the student came out, her skirt was put on the wrong way and a button was undone. Again, Romero investigated and found it to be unsubstantiated, despite there being no documents of any kind indicating an investigation was even conducted. So she took all these reports, heard all these things, investigated it herself, even though she filed no reports. How does this, I don't want to be, but how does this woman live with herself? How does she wake up in the morning and knowing what this man was doing and got away with and what he put some of these students through on her watch? And so because of her position, she is a mandated reporter, meaning that she is supposed to, when she receives that, whether or not she believes it to be true, that's not her job. She is not an investigator. She's a school administrator. We shouldn't even think about putting those kinds of pressures on school administrators to have to investigate and think whether or not something is happening. That's why we don't. That's why we make them mandated reporters, because it's not their job to do that. Their job is to turn it over to somebody else to do that. And this woman failed to do that. And I was watching 17 and somebody from the district attorney's office, what is my friend Mr. Bailey call him? The Let's Make a Deal show. Better known as the Kern County District Attorney's Office. Where were
Monty Hall.
The Monty Hall. Yesterday I saw one of her little minions out there talking about, oh, we hardly ever see that. Well, that's false. Apparently there's another person going to trial in September that failed to report abuse, not sexual abuse, but somebody getting bullied on a bus. So don't say that, oh, well, this is the first time we've ever kind of seen this thing. There's a trial about to start in September. That's just really, maximum a year in jail, a couple $1,000 fine. Well, that needs to change then. Again, we can't sit out there and pretend that we care about victims and proclaim victims' rights march and act like we stand up for victims, and we're going to create a memorial and a monument out here for the victims. When this guy Seaman probably won't do hell any time. By the time his trial's done and everything, he's going to get off like Kevin Mays with time served and good behavior, especially with the deal they cook up for him. But yet the victim has to suffer for the rest of their lives. Because somebody took advantage of them and somebody else knew about it and failed to do anything about it. That's just insane. And we're supposed to entrust these people to make sure that our kids are safe. We'll go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we'll talk with City Councilman Zack Badass Bashirtash. I don't know if I should officially call him that, but we'll talk to the City Councilman. He put an end to all this sanctuary city discussion. Thank you, Zack. We'll ask him why he did that and what are the real priorities of this city. All that coming up next. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Wholesale inflation cooled last month, offering a narrow but meaningful signal that consumer prices may begin to ease sometime soon. Americans still paying too much, they say, for the goods and services that they buy. The Labor Department's producer price in.
What, Jack? A Coke? What do you mean a Coke, brother? No, D-boy, no new squishies today. I had to be in at 9 o'clock this morning because Chris needed the day off. So I had to be in at 9, so I couldn't get to Five Below before 9:30. I was going to run out to Target, but I didn't even get a chance to do that. So no new squishies today, unfortunately. But I am going tomorrow. Because I know Five Below gets the trucks on Friday as well. So I'm gonna hit up the Five Below tomorrow. So hopefully I'll find the ghost. You still need one? Let me know if you don't laugh, D-boy. Let me know if you still need a ghost. It's more about the thrill of the hunt than it is, I think, about the actual squishy. You know what I mean? That's what it more comes to me than anything else. It's more about, am I going to be able to find this? That's and they know that, and that's why they do that. They got me hooked. Yep. There was a 50. Dude, that because they open at 9:30. They usually get a lot though, enough to where if you like some of those people will wait out there at 7, 8 o'clock. When I drove by the one this morning on the way to work right here in California, it didn't look like there was anybody waiting outside at that time. But yeah. Yes. I'll give it to you in there.
Since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or vasocampted pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
Federal appeals court ruled the New Jersey's assault weapon law barring possession of a semi-automatic rifle is unconstitutional. The first time a federal appeals court has ruled that a state's assault weapons ban violated the U.S. Constitution's Second Amendment, so this could be a huge one for here in California. Things could be changing for us gun owners.
Weekdays 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Welcome back. It's
the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. You can download the Current Radio app to your smart device. Take us anywhere you are. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Current Radio and streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now. Search up Current Radio. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch us from the Current Radio studios. Those are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Networks. We're going to talk with City Councilman Zack Bashirtash. I believe he's on the line. And thanks to him, we finally can put an end to all the nonsense that was Sanctuary City. Good afternoon, City Councilman. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. How did back to school go? I know you got some school-age kiddos. How did back to school? You guys go back yesterday or today?
Yesterday was the day. They all went back in, all three of them. It was good. You know, every year I'm just reminding you, I don't know, you get to the schools and I remember growing up and what was prioritized, and you see the kids and things have changed so much. My gosh, I'm like, half of what the kids are wearing nowadays, I would have got expelled. And now, you know, people are scared to dress code kids and they just dress however they want. And I'm like, you know, hey, one day they're going to come in for an interview and they're not going to get hired and they're going to wonder who failed them in the process. So I'm hoping this year, all schools, they just, you know, everybody focuses on teaching these kids, educating them so they can get further ahead in life. And it's been an interesting week, to say the least. So.
That's funny you mentioned that, dude. I was back to school shopping and I saw a backpack and it had Scarface on it, like the movie Scarface with Al Pacino. And I'm like, who is letting their kid take a Scarface backpack to school? My daughter's like, what's Scarface? I'm like, don't even worry about it. You're 9. You know,
it's crazy. Oh yeah, or even just you know, Scarface. The kids, they got the backpack, but yeah, how about the smartphone? Good.
Oh yeah.
These kids are exposed to such trash, and parents they're surprised. Oh my gosh, this just happened to my kid. Your kid has been targeted and exposed to stuff that they should have never even seen, even adult stuff that adults shouldn't see. And we just, I apologize for going off on the.
No, you're good, brother.
Like, I had a guy this morning come into he's wandering the Automall, an older gentleman, and everybody thought he was homeless. And I go and I talk to the guy, and I got to take time out of my day to go deal with this situation. And I realized this guy's not homeless. He's an older guy that has such horrible Alzheimer's and dementia. He's completely lost. He can't speak.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
lost. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, that could have been my dad. That could have been my grandpa. And I'm just thinking about how far we've come as a country where we don't care about our elders or our kids anymore. We don't protect our kids and we don't fight for our elders. Like, our elders paved the way for us to have our lives. And now, you know, as soon as things get difficult or they're an inconvenience to us, we just shove them in a home and hope the system takes care of them. And they're wandering on the street being left behind, you know, hopefully they make it. And I'm thinking, where's this guy's family? It just broke my heart. And I look at the kids, and they're stuck and they're in these crazy situations and group home. I'm just like, man, we have just lost our way in fighting for the most vulnerable people in our communities. And we've gone so off track to where we're, as a city, trying to become a sanctuary city, which does absolutely nothing for our city. It's just a redundancy that California already has set up, and all it would do is cost us federal funding. It's going to waste taxpayer money. It's going to waste staff time for the city. Meanwhile, we've got all kinds of other things going on in our community that affect us every second of the day. Why we would waste our time to politically grandstand on something that it wouldn't do anything, literally would do nothing, is beyond me. And so I had to make a motion to respond to the thousands of people that reached out in opposition. I was elected to represent people, so I have to represent the people, and then just use common sense. I mean, good night.
Yeah, I mean, and most of the people are like, well, we don't want to become a sanctuary city, but like you said, what does it even matter at this point? Like, why are we even discussing this? It's nonsense. It doesn't do anything. It holds no weight. I mean, like you said, California already has policy, but above that, there's still federal law, and that supersedes. So it doesn't even matter. Like, why are we discussing things that are irrelevant right now?
And here's the truth. From experience, I have employees whose relatives got in trouble, committed a crime, and they came freaking out. Oh my gosh, this relative of mine is going to get deported because they are not here legally and they just got arrested. I said, no, that's a misconception because of all this nonsense on the media has got you stirred up thinking that that's a reality. I said, I will pay for your attorney fees if he gets in trouble with immigration. I will personally fund it. And guess what? The individuals get out of jail for the horrible crimes they committed. They're still committing crimes, and they didn't have to worry about. And so there's just this horrible false misconception that's going on right now. And if people would just have a conversation, it's not screaming at each other and going off of whatever they see in a 5-second, TikTok clip that isn't even, I mean, just good night. Apply some common sense to the mix and let's focus on being a better city.
Yeah, let's focus on the things that are more important to prioritize, like bike lanes, Zach. Those are pretty important. I'm joking, by the way. I'm kidding. But that was the prior meeting. Was that this is a priority, is all this traffic calming and bike lanes and stuff. And you made a great point with these studies are inconclusive. We don't even have the complete study and look at all these things that we've been doing. So why are we adding more if we don't even know if that's really working? 2, why is this a priority? We have real issues to deal with.
Yeah, no, I'll find it, JR, and I'll send it to you. I remember, I think 4th or 5th month of being on city council, we had a consultant about our traffic studies there who said adding bike lanes on these arterial streets is dangerous, and he didn't recommend it. And now here we go, make this blanket statement policy saying it's going to be done. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me angry, you hate bicycles, and why are you coming against your community? I'm like, no, the expert said he didn't recommend it being this way. And then that's A, and before we waste a bunch of tax money, why don't we see if what we've done in those areas has made a difference, made it better, the same, or worse? Why we continue to, it's just, again, common sense. And people just take things so stinking personal. Like, you say, like, hey, this isn't a good idea because of X, Y, and Z. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're a hater of bicycles. And I'm like, I got a bike in my garage and I ride with my kids. Like, what do you mean? Where do you get this hatred coming? It's just, it doesn't have to be this bad. It really doesn't.
It's almost like every time you talk, Councilman, that you have to tell people, now I don't want this taken out of context because last time I spoke, they said I hated homeless people, and that's not the case. And now they're saying I hate bike people, and that's not the case.
that, and then now it's going to come out century, and they're going to say, oh, this guy hates immigrants. I'm a first generation American.
Right?
My dad came to the country in the 1970s. Like, what? I don't know how much more I can do. Just have a conversation. Look for if you want the truth, you can find it, but it's not going to come from some person in a little reel that gets you all stirred up emotional. If your emotions are getting struck, chances are there's not a lot of common sense going on there. Dial yourself back. Truth is there, and we can work it out together if we're willing to have a conversation. But, and it's scary. You speak up, and nowadays people are freaking nuts. You worry about your kids and your wife, and I'm like, God, protect my family. People are out there think that I'm the enemy of their life, and I'm like, hopefully, everybody is okay. I mean, that's a real thing you have to live with nowadays. I never thought fighting for what's right was going to make me paranoid, looking over my shoulder all the time and hoping that my kids are fine at school and not getting bullied or picked on, or it's just how have we come so far? My gosh, I don't know.
Well, I think one of the problems is, and with some of the issues that they're trying to prioritize, it's about making people feel good. The sanctuary thing, it wasn't going to do anything. It just made people feel good. The bikes thing, we don't know if it's these things that we're doing are benefiting people, but it's making certain people feel good. Instead of making people feel good, we need to actually do things that are good for the city. There's higher priorities to deal with. I mean, we still got the homeless issue.
It's rampant. And last month, I spent close to 30 grand on dealing with homeless damage on one of our businesses. And it's like, small mom and pops can't afford that. And then when people start looking around, why do we have nothing good in Bakersfield to do? Why are all the restaurants closing? Why are all the parks destroyed? And it's like, well, you cried for all of the homelessness programs and they didn't work. And now here we are. And now people can't survive and pay for the damage that's being done. I mean, it's so back. We've gone so far backwards. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore. It's scary. It really is.
It is. And now they're talking about, oh, well, we don't have we don't have enough beds anymore. I mean, they've been having to clean up encampments all along the river because it's hot and everybody's on the streets trying to get to a cool place. And I've seen videos, Zach, that somebody was out on Brundage in like South H or something in the parking lot just smoking a crack pipe. And I'm like, that's the guy that needs affordable housing? No, that guy needs a jail bed. That guy needs we have a lack of beds, but it's not affordable housing beds. It's a lack of jail beds. It's a lack of mental health beds. It's a lack of substance abuse beds. There's so many lack of beds that we have that affordable housing isn't one of them.
Yeah, no, we've gone to a place where that everybody views accountability as a negative thing. Like, oh my gosh, you're telling me I'm doing something wrong. You're hurting my feelings and I don't like it. And it's like, when the heck did I become a bad thing? Accountability is so incredibly important. If someone is doing something bad, hold them accountable for their actions. If they are so broken and lost, they have to live on the street and abuse drugs. You're not loving them by putting them in housing first. You're actually killing them. You're giving them a safe space to OD and die where no one can see them. That's stupid. In fact, studies have shown that's exactly what has started happening over the last few decades. Housing first instead of treatment first. And there is a lot of mental health, but California has not prioritized mental health and mental health facilities in decades. I mean, we have people in Laredo that should be in a mental health facility, but there's no space for them in the mental health facility, so they're stuck in Laredo. So if someone goes out and commits a horrible crime against a child in our community, there's no space for them to be held up and locked up in Laredo because we have space that we're holding for individuals to get transferred out. And it's so 1 + 1 = 2. People are like, well, you just want to lock everybody up. No, but a drug addict that gets locked up, that gets sober for the first time, is going to think clearly, and they have the option. Maybe they want to get probated to a rehab like they used to. And now all of a sudden they're getting healthy. Their families are coming. Reunification is happening. Communities are coming together. It's just common sense. But people are like, you're wrong. You want to lock people? I'm like, no, man. But yeah, if we just locked everybody up, the problem would go away. But that's not the solution. It's like, get them to a place where they can think with their mind sober for just a second. And why are we giving them more freedom than the kids that come out of schools that like, they're coming out and they're seeing, maybe someone that's smoking crack, or they're seeing someone who's got their adult private parts hanging out in front of elementary schools all over Bakersfield, or they're going in a store. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. We're literally allowing ourselves to go through this because everybody wants to fight over their perspective. And it's like, history has given us the truth perspective. It's not mine. It's not, it's facts. It's the facts of what's worked and what hasn't worked.
Where are we at with the jail beds? I know that task force was put together to try to find a solution for that. Where are we with that?
Well, we have another meeting next week about the facility and task. And the problem is, what you do with one thing, you have to do with everything. And so trying to find California is very strict on how you facilitate anything like that, a city jail. And so we've got a pretty promising plan with TAF that has a facility for people that commit most of the people that occupy EMTs, hospital space, and law enforcement are the same repeat offenders that do the same thing in our community over and over again. And if those people are taken out of the equation, people in our community don't understand. They would see response times shrink. People would start showing up a lot more. Dispatch wouldn't be tied up dealing with it. Emergency rooms wouldn't be full of people doing that. I mean, ambulance, all of it. Our fire department has to go on these calls all the time. They deal with it. And it's like, well, houses are burning down. People are getting robbed. Crimes are getting done. But we can't get to any of that because we're on all these other calls. And
we're dealing with the same 48 people every single time.
Yeah, and we're going to just spend all this money on trying to shotgun approach all of this instead of saying, hey, there's the solution. It's let's hold people accountable. Let's get them off the street so they can have a sober thought or get on the medication they need to be. And then guess what? All of a sudden things get cleaned up. I mean, it burdens my heart seeing more businesses shut down. It burdens my heart seeing areas of Bakersfield all over become dead spots because people can't keep up with trying to do business anymore because they're getting destroyed. Insurance premiums are through the roof. People can't even do claims anymore. I mean, it's wild. It's absolutely wild.
It is wild. It's great. We went after school yesterday. We went to get a little treat over here by the movie theater, and there's just a guy passed out by the door, right next to the door of the shop we were walking into. He's just laid out right there on the sidewalk. Not a care in the world, just whatever. I'm like, what are we doing? I can't even walk into this place, and I have to step over this guy.
Yeah, and then how is that actually, if people that say we care and we need to get them housing first, how is letting someone who's strung out on the ground, damaging their brain to the point where they become the walking dead and can know, I think people think that, like, if people get sober, their brains just magically work again, but drug abuse damages people's brains to the point they no longer function correctly. Schizophrenia becomes prevalent, bipolar, I mean, all of these things can be results of major drug abuse. And we're just going to let them stay on the street until they decide they want to get sober and help. Or we're going to, we have housing now, and so we're going to put them in a room where they're still going to continue the same habits that put them on the street in the first place. How does that make sense?
Or unfortunately, they get hit by a car.
Yeah, they get hit by a car, and then, we're trying to fix traffic studies and spend tens of millions of dollars on traffic calming, and it's not even traffic calming. It's people like that are getting smashed, and it's all backwards, man. It's all backwards.
I'm with you, brother. We'll keep fighting the good fight, sir. I know it's tough sometimes, but we got your back here, and keep doing what you got to do, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for.
Right on, brother. Appreciate you taking time, and stay off that foot. Get healed up, huh?
Yeah, you got it, brother. You got it.
All right, sir. We'll talk to you soon. City Councilman Zack Bashirtash, or as we call him, Badass Bashirtash. That's what it is right here, because that's why you just heard him. I think we all share in that sentiment. You can tell just in the passion of his voice. He's just as frustrated by it as we are. He needs help up there on that city council. He can't do it alone. That's why this November is very, very important. There are 4 seats up for grabs, and every single one of them, there is an opponent. I'll tell you which 4 those are and who is running. Plus, we'll talk some sports as the NFL preseason kicks off for the rest of the NFL tonight. Talk about the Raiders, where you can listen to their games all season long. I'll break down their schedule and give you my prediction of what their record will be. You can jump in on that one too if you want to, Chris. We'll talk about the Lakers. Potential sell is $12.5 billion. Did Trump have anything to do with it? Oh, here we go. Politics, and everything's tied to politics now. And Freddie Freeman. Did you see what happened to Freddie last night? Was it last night? Night before? Going for a foul ball, and he dropped into the dugout. There goes Freddie. Whoa, Freddie. He's okay, though, hopefully. I'll tell you whether or not he's set to play tonight. Talk some sports with our man Chris Burdick from the Early Bird Special coming up later in the show as well. If you want to chime in, feel free. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. You can call or text. Jump in the chat on YouTube as well. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Friday edition of the First Look program, Lois Henry went and played ball, so we're going to talk to Bob Price. If you guys haven't heard about this Stories on the Sidewalk thing, it's fun, it's quaint, and it's quality entertainment. We're going to do that. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather, and then I'm out of here on vacation. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Ralph Bailey for Sangera Subaru to tell you the Subaru A Lot to Love event is going on right now at Sangera Subaru. This is the best time to get an incredible offer on a brand new 2026 Subaru, like a 2026 Outback Premium CVT. Lease one for $229 a month for 36 months with $5,017 due at signing. Offer ends August 31st, so stop by, see my good friends Damon Culbertson and Hassan Levy during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Pick out your new Subaru and hit the road. Sangera Subaru, paving the way for a better community. 5500 Gasoline Alley Drive in the Bakersfield Auto Mall, 24/7 at SangeraSubaru.com.
Lease a 2026 Outback Premium CVT for $229 a month plus tax for 36 months. Total payments $8,869. $5,017 due at signing. Includes first payment. Excludes tax, title, license, and fees. Total lease cost $13,886, excluding tax and fees. TSRP $37,287. No security deposit required. Lease based on 7,500 mile per year. 15 cents per mile over. Available to qualified customers through Subaru Motor Finance Tier 1 SCA credit approval. Expires 8/31/26. Excludes optional products and dealer installed accessories. VIN number TY514370.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favorites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
The Crossroads of the West Gun Show is coming this weekend to the Kern County Fairgrounds in Bakersfield.
We're finding everything we're looking for, so we're impressed.
Awesome selection. Awesome, yeah, just a lot more than I expected to see.
It's America's premier gun show with great deals on guns, ammo, scopes, accessories, and more. Sold at wholesale prices, plus jewelry, gift ideas, and door prizes.
We'll scour through, find the best bargain, come back and buy it.
Crossroads of the West Gun Show this weekend at the Kern County Fairgrounds in Bakersfield.
All sales are conducted in compliance with the law.
You can buy, sell, and trade at all Crossroads gun shows.
Did you know termites can silently feast on your home for 3 to 4 years before you see any damage? They can literally eat a bedroom wall in less than 2 years, causing major structural damage to your biggest investment. Don't wait for the evidence to appear. Ryan's Termite is running an early bird special. If you know or even suspect that you have termites, get on Ryan's schedule now for an additional 10% off our already lowest price. All work is guaranteed. There's no money down and no contracts. Plus, in most cases, you won't even have to move or tent your house. Protect your home and save. Call Ryan's today. That's Ryan'sTermiteControl.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Baby. Welcome back. It's the JR Show, Current Radio, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. If you want to chime in at any time, you can do so. Text or call. Even jump in the YouTube chat room. When you got anything on the text board, sir, before we move on?
I just got one here.
What's that?
It said, Bashirtash, the council member, resonates so well with the public, other politicians should fear him. He's Baco's version of Trump.
I mean, he's good, and he doesn't even want to be a politician. He's like, dude, I don't have time for this. I run a business. I got a family. I got a wife and kids. I don't got time to be a city councilman, but he does, and he's the best one up there. That's what's crazy about it. He's the only one with a real job.
Crazy how that works, isn't it?
The only one that has a real job has to go into the office every single day and work. And the other one's like Andre's job. He's like Stewart's Inc. is open 3 days a week for 4 hours. He don't do much. You kidding me? Eric's over here down the street from me, Eric Arias, Ward 1. He's running the United Way of Kern County, Eastern of the Mississippi, Western Pacific, all the way out to Hawaii or something. I don't know. I know they got a new office down the street, but it's the United Way. I mean, come on, it's a nonprofit. I'm not saying they don't work hard. They work hard. All of you nonprofits, I'm going to get in trouble for that one, boy. They all work very hard. But you know what I'm saying? That's like saying, like, I have a job, but it's not. This is work. This is what I call work. But who else? Who else is up there? Coleman? I think he's retired. Nobody knows what Manpreet does. She's had more jobs in the 4 years that she's been a city councilwoman. Hell, she tried to get another job as a state assemblywoman while she was a councilwoman. That woman's had more. Anyways, he's the only one, and he's still the best. We got to pay attention this November. We have 4 seats coming up. Ward 1, Eric Arias has an opponent. Ward 3 is wide open because Ken Weir isn't running, and now we have too many opponents. Ward 4, Bob Smith has an opponent. And Manpreet Kaur, Ward 7, has an opponent. We'll get them all in here, or at least attempt to. They're invited. Can't promise all of them will come. We'll do our best, though. On the other side, we'll talk some sports with our man Chris Burdick from the Early Bird Special as the NFL preseason set to kick off, well, technically last week, but for the rest of the teams tonight. We'll break down the Raiders. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio.
Current Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Pentagon is acknowledging civilian casualties for strikes on Yemen.
In an unclassified assessment sent to Congress, the Pentagon says U.S. airstrikes targeting Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen last year killed more than 150 civilians. The review focused on 3 strikes in April 2025. At the time, the Houthis had been attacking commercial ships in the Red Sea. Civilian casualties from U.S. military operations have been drawing concern, particularly after a U.S. missile struck an Iranian primary school in the opening days of the Iran war, killing up to 168 people. Ben Thomas, Washington.
Ukraine's drones hit a major Russian refinery 800 miles from the border, sparking a fire.
Ukraine has struck deep inside Russia, targeting a major oil refinery, marking the 4th attack in 3 days. The Ukrainian drone attack is part of Kiev's ongoing campaign to disrupt Moscow's vital oil sector. The targeted refinery, the Gazprom Neftechim Salavat complex, which caught on fire, is one of Russia's largest facilities, according to officials. The attack follows a blitz on a Russian naval base on the Black Sea coast. A Russian official has said another refinery hit by Ukraine earlier this week may take 6 months to bring back online. I'm Karen Shamas.
A judge has dismissed a Trump administration lawsuit that accused Harvard University of ignoring harassment of Jewish students. Thursday's decision says Trump's administration failed to prove an ongoing violation of federal anti-discrimination laws. A good day on Wall Street with the Dow up by 69 points. The Nasdaq rose 214 with the S&P 500 advancing by 50. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate, like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you got to call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-2085, 800-555-2085, or biglou.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
A Bakersfield doctor says parents should look at medical research and not politics when making decisions about childhood vaccines. I'm Bob Archer. Dr. Niranjan Das of Pediatrics for All says large studies have found no connection between vaccines and autism. He says the combined MMR vaccine is about 97% effective at preventing measles. The Trump administration is moving toward making separate measles, mumps, and rubella shots available while keeping the combined vaccine as an option. DOS worries separating the shots could lead some children to miss follow-up doses. Kern County confirmed its first measles cases in more than 20 years last week. School bus drivers are asking motorists to pay extra attention now that thousands of Kern County students are back in class. 2 school buses were involved in crashes Wednesday afternoon. One was near Sierra Middle School. The other happened on Allen Road south of Rosedale Highway. Students were aboard both buses, but no one was hurt. Drivers are reminded that yellow flashing lights means a bus is getting ready to stop. Red flashing lights and the extended stop sign mean traffic generally has to stop in both directions. Bus drivers say motorists running those red lights remain one of their biggest safety concerns. The Highway Patrol is planning a DUI and driver license checkpoint Saturday night. It's going to run from 6 in the evening until 2 Sunday morning somewhere in an unincorporated area of Bakersfield. Officers will be checking for drivers under the influence of alcohol or drugs, along with valid licenses. After days of triple-digit temperatures, Bakersfield is getting a break. The high today should be around 95. Friday, around 92. Temperatures begin climbing again this weekend. I'm Rob Archer in the Kern newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Please.
Flores, hang this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I have the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. Here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us wherever you may be headed out for the weekend, or if you're taking a vacation or something. Some people do that. I think Scott does that. Once the kids go back to school, then he goes on vacation because he figures nobody else is going on vacation.
I kind of see the logic in that.
Yeah, it's smart. You don't want to be around a bunch of people when you're on vacation. At least I don't. Get far, far away from all the people that I possibly could.
True.
But no, download the Kern Radio app and take us wherever you go. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio and streaming live on YouTube. If you head over there right now, just search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell all of your friends, parents, co-workers about it. And then you can watch us from the Kern Radio studios. Our studios are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Network. And I guess it is officially NFL season, as the last week was the Hall of Fame game. I didn't watch it, but everybody I talked to that said they at least caught some of it said it was a good game. Will we get the same tonight as a whole slew of games set to kick off? I think the Raiders play the Cardinals at 5 o'clock tonight. I'm not sure. I'm sure one of the local stations here will pick them up on the TV side, at least for the preseason games.
I know ESPN Unlimited has it.
Does it? Oh, because you can get all of them right now. Is that what it is?
Yes. Well, not all of them, but the main ones.
The main ones, yeah.
Like the fun ones.
And then you can go back and like watch them later too, or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but you'll be able to find them somewhere. But for the Raiders, at least for the radio side of things, they'll be right here on Kern Radio all season long. That's right. With the movement that we've had within a couple of our stations, the Raiders have landed right here on Kern Radio. So every Sunday, you'll hear Raider games right here. It's just a whole part of the bevy of sports for Kern Radio. Actually, it'll all start on Friday, as we'll continue our relationship with probably one of the best sports, local high school sports organizations around, Bakersfield Christian High School. No, they don't pay me to say that. My daughter's not there yet. But she is an Eagle, though, now.
You know,
what?
It's kind of something, since we're bringing up BCHS.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that there are people in this community that still don't see the absolute dominance that has been the Carr brothers taking over that football program. I posted a video yesterday about Derek
And it took off. I saw that. You got a bunch of hits on that.
I was actually very surprised.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see it. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but like that's not the video I thought we were gonna, go big with. But
that's the thing, dude.
there's somebody on TikTok that legitimately laughed at the thought that we said they were dominant. I'm like, dude, he's been there for almost 10 years, 15 years, and he's never had a losing season.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Coach Carr at BCHS. Yeah, he's been there for a while.
At least a decade.
And he's got a state championship.
Yep.
He's got one.
He's been in 3, but he's
been
won
to 3.
1.
Yeah, he's 1 in 3 for state championships.
I can't remember how many valleys they won. That was my only thing I couldn't really dig up, but
a lot.
I was gonna say at least 3.
Yeah, if not most of them.
In a 10-year span, like that's pretty good for a Bakersfield team.
Yeah,
like I'd say.
Yeah, they are very quickly becoming the premier team, and they're going to come back this year. And they got a lot of guys returning. They're going to be good. We'll get Coach Carr in here pretty quickly as their season kicks off. I believe this week for most schools. They play, I believe, out of town this weekend though. So we'll be the home of on Friday nights. You'll be able. There's some Thursday night games mixed in too. I think actually there's some games tonight for the high school.
There's scrimmages tonight.
Yeah, there's a bunch of scrimmages tonight and tomorrow for high school, and then they'll get kicked off next week. We'll start off next week with Bakersfield Christian High School. Those games will be on Friday nights, and then on Saturday, as has been tradition here for a long time on Kern Radio, Bakersfield College Renegade football will return once again to our airwaves. You'll be able to hear all of the BC football games this year right here on Kern Radio, as I believe we're the exclusive radio partner for that. So you continue the tradition right here on Kern Radio with Renegade football. And then the newest addition for the sports family here at Kern is the Raiders, as you'll be able to hear all of their games all season long right here on Kern Radio. And then opposite of that, so we'll carry the Raider games, right? So whether it's an afternoon game or a morning game, that'll be whatever the Raiders are playing. And then we'll carry the opposite football game. We'll carry another football game just on the other side of that, whether it be in the morning or the afternoon. We'll also have. So we'll carry NFL on Sundays right here on Kern Radio. So keep it locked for that. And Chris and I, and maybe even Ralph might get in the mix this year. And our buddy Steven, who's now producing First Look with Scott Cox and is a member of the Money Wise guys, has always been part of the Kern Radio family. Now we all get to go to Vegas. Well, not all together anyways. Some of you might remember last year, Chris and I, we even did some shows from Vegas. Remember when we were dumb and thought we didn't do we've never taken the show on the road? We were like, we've never done a remote in our lives. It's like big dummies.
You forget about these things.
You guys been to so often. You guys did shows in Vegas. You big dummies. You put that pipe down. Just put the blunt down. But so we'll continue that. Game 1 though, for the regular season and the Raiders is the Miami Dolphins. Do you want to try to take a pick there, Chris, on who you think is going to win that one there, the week 1 of
okay. I'm in the minority when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. I don't think they're going to be that bad. Me and Sparky have had many conversations about this.
What does that mean? Well,
no, because everybody's projecting the Dolphins to be a pretty bad football team this year, like at the bottom of the barrel bad. Now, again, going against the Raiders in week 1 is not going to be a very good measuring stick for either of these teams to know if you're good or not. But
it's kind of a continuation of preseason.
Yeah.
Basically.
Me and Ralph were also talking yesterday after the show because he had brought up the schedule.
The mush.
He's got a good point here, but it is the mush, so it could go the complete opposite direction of what he said. He was saying you guys could start 0-7, and that is entirely on the table.
0-7.
That's what he was saying, and that's entirely possible. When you look at the schedule, the roster the Raiders have, it's a pretty tough schedule.
But look at our roster, Chris.
Yeah, is that what I said? You got Max Crosby. That's great.
We still got Crosby. We still got Genty.
God literally had to step in and make sure you still had Max Crosby, because could you imagine going into this year without him?
No.
And you guys were, or I should say you guys, but half of your fan base was so excited when he got traded. And I said, what?
No, we need him. So, and then we still got Genty.
True.
And we got Kirk Cousins. Now, here's the thing about Kirk Cousins, Chris.
Okay.
Now, what kind of quarterback has Kirk Cousins been?
Awful.
Well, not awful, but
I'm a Falcons fan. You're talking to the wrong guy.
I know, but he's been a journeyman, right? He's been all over the place. How many teams has he played for?
4 teams. He's played for 4 now.
That's quite a that's
fair. That's what I'm saying. Technically, because you're right. He started with the now Commanders, then Redskins, then went to the Vikings for a long time, short stint in Atlanta, and now he's in Vegas.
And what is the Raiders known for? Finding these journeyman quarterbacks that have probably played crappy for most of the career, and then they show up in Vegas, and all of a sudden it's like Rich Gannon, MVP season. Not saying that happens all the time, Chris.
Who's he throwing to?
Is what's his name out of jail yet?
No.
Dang it.
He ain't getting out of jail either. You got Brock Bowers. I'll give you that one. Here's the thing.
Can you throw to Max Crosby?
True. Let me tell you something about Kirk Cousins.
I'd be scared to tackle Max Crosby if he was running at me with the football.
100%. I think everybody would be. But Max Crosby has also been picking fights with Kirk Cousins in training camp. So
well,
hasn't exactly been peachy keen between the two people. But as the Falcons fan and someone who had to deal with Kirko for the last couple seasons, let me tell you something. This man is a shell of the quarterback he was at one time.
Does he still have the beard?
No. I don't think Kirk ever had a beard.
No, he had who was the beard guy? I thought he had a beard in Washington. Didn't he play with the Redskins?
He did play with the Redskins, but I'm trying to maybe for like a short time.
Or am I thinking the what's the other?
Every time I'm thinking of him, he's always been clean cut though.
Maybe.
Again, regardless, you're not getting Rich Gannon here, dog. It's not going to happen.
You don't know that.
I mean, again, it's true. I don't know that yet.
We didn't know we were getting Rich Gannon when we got Rich Gannon.
Here's the thing. You shouldn't be focusing on Kirko. You should be focusing on the young gun that's going to be leading your team here for the next, hopefully, decade, which is Fernando Mendoza.
I say throw him in to learn under Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. That's what I'm just saying. But these two are personality-wise. I mean, you're looking at big brother, little brother. I mean, it's just, they're the same person.
Well, that's fine. He can coach. Kirk can coach from the bench.
Guarantee you, they walk in wearing the exact same clothes week one. Exact same clothes.
Well, a uniform. I think they all have the same.
No. I'm saying khakis from Kohl's with the sweater vest and everything. They're coming in looking like twins, brother. I'm not.
They're doing stepbrothers.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it too.
Does Mendoza start?
Huh?
You think Mendoza has a shot to start?
Yes,
Let's say a shot.
100%. He will start at some point during the season.
No, I'm saying week 1.
Oh, no. There's no chance.
You don't think so?
Not because of lack of skill. But again, this is just the new formula in the NFL. Everybody really lets their quarterback kind of sit a few weeks, really get used to the speed of the game because it is different. It's a vast difference between college and professional. I mean, J.J. McCarthy is learning that right now. And he just needs that time to kind of figure that out first. I think he starts by week 5 or 6.
I was going to say 3.
That is on the table. I honestly,
it depends on how we start.
Really slow. If the first 2 weeks against Miami and the Chargers are really, really bad on offense, they could start him as early as week 3. But I think right now, if they had what they wanted, it's probably going to be week 6.
You know who the last rookie quarterback was to start for the Raiders?
Jamarcus Russell?
No.
Derek. Yeah, Derek.
Yeah. Speaking of cars, he's got a new job.
I can't wait to see what this actually does. I am not a UCLA fan. Let me put this out there first. I am a USC fan till the day I die. I bleed crimson and gold. I will never cheer for the UCLA Bruins, but I will always cheer for Derek Carr. So I'm hoping he does well.
Yeah. What is his official role? Is he just a
special assistant to the head coach? Because again, think of it as a quarterback coach assistant. He's just going to be coming in, teaching the quarterbacks what he knows as a professional, what they should be looking for, coverages, all that type of stuff. It's just to get his foot in the door to be the new Fresno State head coach.
No, I understand that, but where my head goes as a Raiders fan, and I know the answer to it already is, Well, we let him go. But why the hell wouldn't we hire him for that job? I mean, we have a rookie quarterback who's in the same position that, I don't know, Derek was when he was coming into the league. And I don't know who would have been better to mentor that kid, Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr. I'm just saying. But no, the Raiders and all their dumbness and hard-headed stubbornness and Mark Davis, I'm going to get rid of Derek Carr. And then not to say that Derek's not a little bit of stubborn himself there and saying, y'all let me go, so I'm just going to go and just go.
I'm not saying you're wrong. It's a very valid point. And honestly, that was kind of up in the air when Fernando was first getting drafted and they didn't sign Kirk Cousins yet. They were expecting Derek to maybe even come back and play one final year for the Raiders.
I don't need him to come back and play.
But see, that's the thing is that
I mean, it would have been nice.
The point I was going to get to here. You have to take into account as well what Derek would want. And I don't know if Derek would want to come back to the professional level as a coach when there are still people that he literally played with in college still playing professionally.
That's okay.
We say that, but as a competitive athlete who's always been doing this and loves competing, he's not going to be able to sit out there and watch Fernando sling it. Dude.
That's what I was going to say. By week 3, he would have been like, okay, kid, give me the ball. I'm suiting up.
Someone give me a helmet. Let me show you what to do.
Up here. Where's the number 4?
Exactly. And they can't have that yet. That's why I'm saying this is a good thing. Get him back in the college game. Let him play over there for a while with Fresno State, maybe as a head coach someday, and then go forward.
His nephew, I think, is going to Fresno State. David's car. Really? I think David's son goes to Fresno State, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the cars. So, are they matching today? Is Lisa and are they twins?
Kinda. Color coded at least.
Hey, get back here, ladies. I gotta see.
Lisa. Yeah, no, it's red flowers with jeans. Yeah, right? No, we'll say that.
Yeah, floral shirt with
not
jeans.
The exact same shirt, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, you worked, long enough with somebody, you figure that out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're technically matching.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, blue, black shirt, hat.
Backwards.
Yeah, it happens. It's like they say your dog starts to look like you when you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
And trust me, Tink looks like you.
I know she does. She needs a bath just like me
the
too.
Hair, dog. The hair.
Let's go ahead and get to a break. On the other side, I'll give you something I saw yesterday that has to deal with the Lakers being sold and how it's all a conspiracy and Donald Trump gets richer and. Why does politics have to bleed into everything now? Then we'll talk about eating better. Vince Vaughn is in town. He's doing a roundtable at the Edible Schoolyard, and they said a special surprise guest will be in attendance. I was thinking RFK Jr. if they're talking about eating and healthy stuff. Maybe. I'm sure we'll find out on the news tonight, but that's my prediction. But it connects to an email I received. Not only that, but to my back to school snack shopping that I did the other day. I was trying to find my kids some snacks, and I was like, I can't buy her all this poison. Talk about how to eat a little bit healthier as well. If you guys want to chime in, feel free to do so. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. You can also jump in the chat and YouTube as well. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Friday edition of the First Look program, Lois Henry wouldn't play ball, so we're going to talk to Bob Price. If you guys haven't heard about this Stories on the Sidewalk thing, it's fun, it's quaint, and it's quality entertainment. We're going to do that. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather, and then I'm out of here on vacation. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1 AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Today is Thursday, which means the Stockyard is open. That's right. 2525 F Street, the little speakeasy right next to KC Steakhouse from the folks that bring you KC Steakhouse. Let's say you're waiting for a table at KC Steakhouse. Guess what?
Go right next door to the Stockyard. You can wait for your table while you have a drink in one of the finest speakeasies, not in Bakersfield, not in Kern County, but all of California. That's right. Come on in. There's ropes. There's a carpet. You wouldn't even know it's there. Ring the doorbell. They're going to ask you the password. Tell them, why not JR? Then walk through the time portal that is the speakeasy at 2525 F Street, the Stockyard. Have a drink with Haley. Have a drink with me. I'll be in there this weekend. Plus, they got live music going. They also got a banquet room right next door if you want to host a party, a birthday, a bridal shower, those holiday parties coming up. They will have you covered. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 6 p.m. to close. Don't forget the password, why not JR? It's the Stockyard, Speakeasy.
I'm John Busby with Team Busby Real Estate.
And I'm Jonathan Busby with Team Busby Real Estate.
We just wanted to talk with you about what we do as a team. We do a great job for our clients. Some of the things that we do is when we represent sellers, we don't just put the transaction together. We do our homework and we check their FICO score, source of funds, where the money's coming from, and the job stability. Because what we don't want is to get you into an escrow and the escrow falls out because we didn't do our homework.
With any sort of real estate need that you have, we can accommodate, whether it's residential, commercial, land, or multi-units. We have experience in all and can help you to a successful close.
The background that we have is I was a lender for 5 years. And so I learned quite a bit as far as how to keep a transaction together. We don't just put it together and hope that it closes escrow. Nothing's 100%, but we do stack it in your favor.
With any needs or questions with real estate, give us a call at 661-410-7355 or visit our website at www.teambusby.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hey, folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KRN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
The autumn wind is a raider.
See, we need to bring these type of stuff. We got to bring this back.
What's that?
Just the kind of music. Everybody needs a fight song.
Everybody does, dude. And ours is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
I'm not even a Raider fan. I'll say, oh, yeah. Now, the one thing that does give me absolutely annoyed every single Sunday when we show up to Raider Stadium, though, every single Sunday, you know exactly where I'm going. And every Raider fan does too. And I'm happy you guys have the love for your team, and I'm happy you have a call and all that type of stuff. But
what? Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to do it because it annoys the hell out of me.
What?
When
Raiders!
Yeah. Exactly. That.
And then the whole place just starts doing it.
That. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It's entertaining the first couple times because you're like, oh, wow, everybody gets on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's neat. When you're doing it literally the whole time and everybody just has to be the guy to do it next. You got to be that guy. It's like, God, just stop.
Chris is like, Jared, shut up. You don't have to say it every time somebody does it. Oh, I do, though.
No, you do it in retaliation, though. I've never gone to a game with you where you've
started it. Yeah, no, it's usually when somebody else tries to walk by and they say the other team.
Yes.
I'm like, nah, dude. Nah. And the crazy thing about that with Vegas, in Vegas, they got soft. In Oakland?
No, it's a travel market.
Yeah.
Man. I mean,
in LA and Oakland, a lot of that would have never flown.
No, Davis knew what he was doing.
Dude, I was going to games in LA when I was a preteen. I was probably 12, 13 going to games in LA. Oh my gosh, the things that I saw at that stadium, it was incredible. And then we moved back to Oakland and it was like, oh my gosh, it got worse. Like how?
You don't walk into the black hole. You
No.
don't walk into the black hole with the rival jersey on or
Nope.
anybody else's jersey for that matter.
And you
just
didn't
don't do it.
you didn't see other teams tailgating in our parking lot. They would walk around and we'd razz them a little bit. And if they didn't get crazy, they were cool. But now they have like a whole section on the parking lot in the Raiders Stadium just for the other team to be able to tailgate. I'm like, oh hell nah. Y'all gotta go.
Well, again, Mark Davis knew what he was doing.
Y'all gotta go.
He knows people travel here just to watch their team
Yeah.
either get beat by or beat the Raiders.
That's why we hardly have any home games, because most of the time it's half the other team there.
Yo,
it's crazy. But I'll still enjoy the games from my upper press box suite this season.
Oh, I can't wait for the food.
Can't wait. It is football season. Hell, I'll take preseason tonight. I'll be watching.
And mark my words, by the end of the season, me and Fernando Mendoza are going to be on first name basis.
Buddies. So, hey, Chris.
Buddy. Bro, let's go watch Mando.
Let's do it. On the other side, we'll talk about healthy eating, what I found with some snacks. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back. Uh-oh.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. With arms raised and fists clenched, rescuers in Colombia call for silence as they listen for signs of life in the rubble left by a deadly earthquake. The disaster has killed more than 270 people and left hundreds more missing. The call for quiet on Thursday was part of last-ditch efforts to find survivors in the aftermath of the 7.4 magnitude quake. The battle over the Kennedy Center's future is escalating. President Trump's allies on the board voted on Thursday to add his name to the building's facade so it would read the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump. On Wall Street, the Dow by 69 points, the Nasdaq rose 214, the S&P 500 advanced 50. More details at srnnews.com.
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Rob Archer. 2 school buses were involved in crashes on the first day of school in Bakersfield, but no one was hurt. One happened near Sierra Middle School. The second happened on Allen Road, south of Rosedale Highway, where the CHP says a 77-year-old woman made an unsafe turn and hit a bus carrying 5 students, an aide and the driver. Bus drivers are reminding everyone to slow down around school buses. Yellow flashing lights mean the bus is getting ready to stop. Where the red lights are flashing and the stop arm is out, traffic generally has to stop. The Highway Patrol will hold a DUI and driver license checkpoint Saturday night somewhere in an unincorporated part of Bakersfield. And Bakersfield should reach only about 95 this afternoon, with Friday even cooler. I'm Rob Archer in the Current Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Are you a business owner? Let me ask you a question. How many times have you called your IT company and felt like just another ticket number? Well, at Adaptive Networks, exceptional customer service isn't just a promise, it's how they do business every single day. When you call, you'll always talk to a real person who knows your name, understands your business, and genuinely cares about solving your problems. No phone trees, no runaround, no attitude. Their team doesn't just fix your technical issues either. They take the time to explain what happened and how to prevent it in the future. Because great customer service means making sure you're not just satisfied, but you're taken care of. From the moment you become a client, you'll experience the difference that comes with working with a company that puts customer service first. So are you ready to experience IT support the way it should be? Then call Adaptive Networks at 661-241-0638 or visit adaptive-net.com today. That's Adaptive Networks, where great technology meets even greater customer service.
The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
Everything Stephen Miller and Robert Kennedy Jr. said in the Oval Office Monday was a lie. They have studied the connection between vaccinations and autism, and there is no connection. It's all pumped up by a funky doctor who's been discredited and a bunch of celebrities who jumped on board. The vaccinations are safe. Do not believe this administration.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at
say anything. I was gonna say I did go watch Cat's Eye yesterday. It was a great
I gotta
documentary.
flush your ears out with good music.
When does it start? Let me know.
Oh, nice.
I'm kidding. I love Coldplay. Makes me think of certain people every time I hear it. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Download the Current Radio app. Find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Look up Current Radio and stream it on YouTube. Do the same thing. Look up Current Radio and watch us from the Current Radio studios. Our studios right here in this building. They're powered by Adaptive Networks. They're our IT providers. They help us when we get in a pinch, and they can help you too. Just call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Networks. We were talking about sports as they start to heat up tonight. The Raider game starts at 5. We're not carrying the preseason games because obviously they're on, I think all the preseason games, at least for the Raiders, start at 5 o'clock on Thursdays. So we didn't want to have to bump Ralph. And I know some of y'all are like, I'd rather listen to the Raiders as bad as they are than the Ralph.
I think Ralph would rather listen to the Raiders.
I mean, even preseason, let's be honest. But yeah, so but just stay tuned all season long when we do get underway. I think what's the first game, the 13th?
Yes.
Yes, because Labor Day is the 7th? Yes.
And then they start, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the 9th.
Which is a Wednesday.
Yeah. Again, dude, I've said this once, and I'll say it a million times. The NFL will never be, satisfied until we have football every day of the week.
I mean, the only day we're not going to have right now is Tuesday.
And they'll
find a way, I'm sure.
No. What their plan is probably to give that to college.
Because now
they respect college, and they'll let college have Saturdays.
They do up until the end of college season, and then they start having Saturday games too.
Yeah, they kind of have to.
You know what I mean? Then the NFL's like, okay, you guys are done. We'll take Saturdays back now.
You got to compete because once it starts hitting playoff time for college football, there's not much else anybody else wants.
So then the NFL goes, well, we'll take over Saturdays. We've already taken Thursday night. We've already taken all day Sunday and Sunday
give them
night,
Fridays and Saturdays
and Monday night. Now we've got, and then there's towards the end of the year, like I said, there's games on Saturdays. Wild card games are usually on Saturdays. And then now you've got the NFL kickoff happens on a Wednesday night now. I think there's another Wednesday night game during the year, isn't there? What is it, the Thanksgiving Eve game?
Oh, I believe there's multiple of that.
There's a Thanksgiving Eve game. We went from having one game on Thanksgiving. What was there, 2 at most on Thanksgiving Day? It was always the Lions and then the Cowboys. Now we had to have a Thursday night Thanksgiving game. Now we have to have a Thanksgiving Eve game. Oh yeah, and don't forget to mention that Black Friday game. My gosh.
See, but the real question here is, Are you really not going to watch?
Oh, I'm going to watch all of it, Chris. Every
Exactly.
single day. I'll be watching.
That's what I tell everybody who complains about the NFL. You're still going to watch.
Yeah, I'm going to watch.
You're going to find every way to watch.
I was just trying to think of a way they could do it on Tuesday. I'm like, when does Christmas fall on a Tuesday? We can definitely do a Christmas game on a Tuesday,
Oh,
right?
they've done that before.
I mean, we could
Christmas Eve games.
we
Absolutely.
could figure something out. Come on, guys. But yeah, the NFL is about to start. Hey, did you see this story? Crazy. This makes me believe that when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. I mean, this is Final Destination type stuff. You heard about the big rig that turned over on the freeway yesterday? As a matter of fact, there was a semi truck yesterday afternoon turned over right there on the Grapevine. It was an Amazon truck. Well, of course, it shut down the freeway. Well, it made it go down all the way to one lane anyways. And it just so happens that in that traffic was an ambulance. And that ambulance was transporting a patient. And while they were transporting that patient was receiving CPR, meaning they was dying. And there's traffic because a big rig turned over. And they got one lane open, but they're trying to get this lane cleared so the ambulance can get through, right? For unknown reasons, the ambulance, as it approached the area, crashed into the back of a Caltrans vehicle. My dude was about to be clear, and he hits a Caltrans vehicle, disabling the ambulance. My guy's in the back receiving CPR, and the ambulance gets in an accident while trying to get through an accident. So what do? Bring in the chopper. Chopper didn't make it in time. By the time the chopper arrived, the patient was pronounced deceased. I mean, does that not make you believe that when it is your time to go, God was like, nah, dude, it's your time. That ambulance, that CPR in the back, they ain't going to be able to save you. It's your time. Tell me that ain't some Final Destination stuff. I don't know what happened to the patient. It doesn't say, the story doesn't say why they were already in the ambulance receiving CPR. But the fact that they were in the back of an ambulance receiving CPR means that they were involved in something where their life is on the line. How many Final Destinations have you watched? Did you see all of them?
All of them. Every single one.
Have you really?
Again.
How many are there?
I could not tell you. I was just about to say, I could not tell you how many there are. But I've seen all of them at least once.
Tell me this isn't some Final Destination type stuff, dude.
I was just about to say, God has definitely put his hand down. I said, no.
Nah, you ain't making it out, bro.
Nah.
Like, I know you thought, I got out of the whatever accident I had, and the ambulance is going to save me. CPR.
Either that or Death is real fed up with people stopping his job.
Right? Grim Reaper was like, you ain't getting away from me.
Real bad. Sorry, man. You're just the one.
Said, watch this.
You caught me on a bad day.
Like, what is the luck, dude? You get something happens, an ambulance shows up, picks you up, you're getting CPR, you're on the freeway, an accident happens in front of you that shuts the freeway down. They get a lane open, they're trying to get the ambulance up. The ambulance smacks into a Caltrans vehicle, disabling the ambulance, and you die before the helicopter can get there. I mean, goodness gracious. When it is your time to go, I guess it is just your time to go. And another crazy story, a California family is frightened and alarmed after discovering something under their house. Sharnita Matthews and her husband and their 4 children have been living in the Hemet home since the couple rented it 3 months ago. Said she began hearing strange noises, but they were not coming from inside the house. When I'm in another area of my house, I can hear doors close, she told KTLA. She said she knew something was very wrong after they began hearing an alarm constantly sounding off. Would you start to think ghost? Would you start to think that this place is haunted? Would you be like, I'm getting the heck out of here? It wasn't until her husband and her brother-in-law eventually discovered the alarm was coming from underneath the house. They followed the sound. They removed a wooden board attached to the side of their backyard deck and discovered what to be a large basement or cellar underneath. Inside, somebody was clearly living or accessing the space. They found a variety of new cleaning products, including bleach, soap, detergent, and more. They found a tarp in a black tube that looked like it had drugs in it. The person apparently living there was also able to access their power supply, and they had a fan hooked up. So they were still in electricity. They contacted the management company, the company that managed the place, and said she didn't receive a response. She said she was never told about the basement space underneath the home when she signed the rental papers. The news reached out to the management place, and they said, oh yeah, we rent the place, but nobody's ever told us, and we've never had a complaint. If anybody's down there, go ahead and give us a call and we'll assist you with that. Since removing the board, they said they haven't had anyone coming or going, but now feel uneasy about living in the home and worries for her family's safety. She says she's also worried about how many people know about the space and are potentially using it. She's upset with management, who says that she doesn't think they're doing enough. Neighbors said they were surprised to hear about it, saying the home had seen a lot of tenants come and go, some of whom were reportedly problematic. They said they did conduct a walkthrough of the home with code enforcement personnel before it was rented to the family, and said they did not find any indication of someone living underneath the home. They are investigating the case and since have got in contact with the family. You ever seen the movie People Under the Stairs? Ever watch that movie? It's a trippy, creepy kind of a movie, actually. If you ever get a chance to watch it, I don't know, it's about, like, there's a guy with tongue cut off. There's a bunch of people that basically that they live under the stairs, that this family, husband and wife, keep them under there. People discover them and try to rescue them, and it's just weird and crazy. Let's go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we'll find out what we learned on today's program. Want to thank City Councilman Zack Bashirtash for coming on. Badass Bashirtash. If you didn't hear that interview, you can go back and watch it on YouTube. Just listen to the frustration and the passion in his voice. I think we can all relate. Feel like finally somebody on the city council gets it, and they're not trying to lie to us and tell us that everything's okay. We're doing so good. Look at all this good that we're doing. Those things aren't really happening. While our eyes and ears tell us the truth, so does City Councilman Zack Bashirtash. So I want to thank him for coming on. But again, on the other side, we'll talk about what we learned and what's coming up tomorrow. If you guys want to chime in, still time to do so. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
The state of California needs money because of the way we've been spending our Medicare money. They decided that we need to talk to you guys about this. How about if we withhold $867 million from you? Will that get your attention? You now have the Trump administration, and they have greater expectations of you. So if you can't deliver, they ain't going to deliver either.
Weekdays 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Let's be honest, money can feel overwhelming. Markets change, life changes, and most people are left wondering, am I actually on track? That's where MoneyWise comes in. We help people simplify the complex, make smart financial decisions, and move forward with confidence, without the jargon, without the pressure. Retirement planning, big life transitions, or just getting organized and knowing where you stand. And now you can find us in a new home, the historic Woolworths building, right in downtown Bakersfield. MoneyWise, clear advice, local roots. Learn more at moneywiseguys.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. For the Central Valley, that means local service including burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and custom security designed to work with business operations. Bay Alarm has real people rooted in your community looking out for your business. After 8 decades and 3 generations of family ownership, our promise is still the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KRN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Radio online at kernradio.com. Again, I want to thank Zack Bashirtash for coming on, City Councilman and Ward. I shouldn't have even tried. 6? Yes, I believe it's 6. One of the best up there. And we need more just like him. So pay attention come November. We'll want to thank him for taking time out of his busy day to get to talk to us about the doing away of Sanctuary City in Bakersfield, which it didn't mean anything anyway. So why were we even bother discussing it? There's way bigger fish to fry. Like, I don't know, the homeless issue, the crime on our streets, the mental health epidemic that we have on our streets. I don't know, infrastructure, sewer systems, hell, aging water pipes that nobody discusses. I know slowly they're trying to do some throughout downtown as they redo all these streets and sidewalks, and Dolores Huerta, they're putting up her building, so they'll get new pipes all around that. But those pipes down there are old. Have you seen what happened in LA over the last couple months where their water main pipes are busting because they're so old? Yeah. This city ain't young. Got 100-year-old pipes underneath there. And especially once you start replacing some of them here and some of them there, and then you put pressure down on other ends of them, oh boy, we're going to have some problems. So yeah, we got a little bit bigger fish to fry than whether or not we're going to proclaim ourselves a sanctuary city, which is only on paper because it doesn't even matter. It doesn't really have any bearing or teeth in it. Now let's continue to talk about that. Let's continue to talk about bike lanes. But we have aging infrastructure, lack of jail beds. Yeah, sounds like y'all got your priorities really straight over there in City Hall. Pay attention come November, because it's going to be very, very important. There's 4 council seats coming up. Ward 1, Eric Arias has an opponent. Ward 3, Ken Weir is not running. There's a whole host of candidates in there. Ward 4, Bob Smith has an opponent. And Ward 7, Manpreet Kaur also has an opponent. So just, if you live in one of those wards, get to know who your representative is and take part and get out there and vote. We could very possibly change the direction of our city. Get our priorities back on track. It's crazy. Just freaking crazy. I gotta they do match today. Look at you guys match. You guys know you match. Lisa, you're not allowed to dye your hair red, okay? Just purple.
Yeah, it's purple.
Purple, whatever. Just our traffic staff, Lisa and Nancy, are walking around, and I just happened to notice that they were both wearing floral patterned shirts with the same kind of maroonish color on them and jeans. That's all. Sometimes it happens. Chris and I are both wearing black t-shirts with our hat backwards.
To be fair, this is my uniform.
It is yours. I mean, I put on black a lot too, but if you open up my closet, half of it's probably black. Got a couple of other colors in there.
I'm probably in the 75% situation.
Jay and I do it every once in a while. We'll walk in, have the same thing on. It's fun. It's funny. It's what happens when you work with people for a long time. I want to thank Gordon for emailing yesterday. He said your show yesterday woke up this 60-year-old man when you had Mr. Lamas, who is a Ward 3 city councilman, on, and he was talking about the food poisons that lead us to medications. I woke up. My new doctor told me that if I don't bring down my A1C, she was going to put me on the GLP garbage. I talked with AI Grok, and I'm going preservative free and only shopping the perimeter of the grocery store. Good job. Yes, the inside, the middle portion of the grocery store, that's all poison. I've told my daughter that. All that's poison. You'll find a couple of things here and there that are good, but all that's poison. Hell, most of the meat's probably poison too, with all the stuff and hormones that they pump into the animals now. A lot of that's probably not that great for you either. But there are some good things. I was shopping the other day on Monday for my daughter. I was like, she goes back to school. She's going to need snacks for snack recess. Let's see what I can find. And I'm going down the snack aisle, and it's all garbage. Fruit roll-ups, Gushers. They all got red color number 40, yellow this, blue that, things I can't even pronounce. Hell, the Cheez-Its don't even have things that you can pronounce. And I'm like, what am I supposed to get here? And so I look and I find these fruit roll-ups, and they're called Bob's something, Bob Snell, I don't know, Bob Snell fruit snacks or something. And I turned it around because I just started, and parents, if you want to at least get your kids on some good habits and eating good, healthy things, just turn the box around and look at the ingredients. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Like I said, most of the things I read had all these just crazy ingredients that I had no idea, not much less what they were, but even how to pronounce them. This gum, that wax, this color dye, this kugugajimajiman. And then I found these fruit roll-ups, not the brand fruit roll-ups, because that had garbage and junk in it too, but this other Bob Snell or something. And you know what the ingredient was? It said ingredients: apples, blueberries, and strawberries. And that was it. And then I found pistachios that said pistachios and sea salt. I said, those are your snacks, kid. Just turn the box around. Get your kids eating right. Get them off those medications. Got to get out of here for the day. Stay tuned for the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Thursday. Mike Turnipseed, Daniel Petrie. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN. 96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
All right, you guys, be good.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington.